The basketball world waits with bated breath to learn where LeBron will play in year 24. LeBron's agent Rich Paul was on NBA Today on Friday and reassured people what LeBron is looking for in his next team on Sunday. Cavs coach Kenny Atkinson went on the record saying the Cavs are pursuing James in free agency.
This is an exciting time for us, right? Like we're in the mix for the greatest player of all time.
That guy.
My personal opinion. So it's exciting, right? Like, man, we're I think you're nervous, but we understand how it is. He's obviously has earned that right to take his time. Obviously, family plays a big part of it. But I know the state of Ohio, man. That there's something special.
LeBron owns just about every Cavs franchise record. Points, rebounds, assists, and made threes, as well as most All-Star and All-NBA appearances, just to name a few. We now welcome in our senior insider, Sean Strania. Sean, we just heard Cavs coach Kenny Atkinson confirm their exciting pursuit of LeBron James. What are you hearing about timing of LeBron's decision?
MJ, every day LeBron James inches closer and closer to a decision. It's decision time for LeBron James because all the information for the most part is in. GMs, presidents, owners, they've all been heard from. They're continuing to have conversations with agent Rich Paul here this week as well. Players have also reached out to LeBron James to recruit him. And yes, all the voice notes have also been listened to. And rosters have been set around the league. The decks have been set. And the leading suitors have been Cleveland, Miami, Golden State, Philadelphia, and Minnesota. And what we know definitively is LeBron James has made it clear privately that he wants to go somewhere where he can compete for a championship, somewhere where he feels like he finds that happiness from a team environment and culture that he feels he can uplift. And the big thing here is this is not going to be a financially driven decision. So that gives LeBron James the ability to hear from teams that have the minimum, have other exceptions, have salary cap space as well, and also be allowed to take his time through this decision.
All right, Shams, thanks for that update. Don't go too far. We're going to check with you a little later. Now, LeBron is still putting up numbers as last season he was one of just 4 players to average 25 and 5 on 50% shooting, joining Giannis, Jokic, and Şengün. Earlier today, Austin Reeves talked about LeBron leaving the Lakers.
I don't know if I've honestly processed it yet. I mean, I kind of was thinking about it last night when I got here. Starting the season without, him being on the team is going to be different for me. That's kind of all I've ever known is him being around, joking around, acting like he's 15. But, that's his decision. And, like I said, in Tahoe and anytime I'm talking about him, I've got nothing but love and respect for him. And, let's play some golf soon.
Not golf. All right, here in the studio with Tim McMahon and, of course, Big Perk. Kendrick Perkins joining us now. Perk, it has been about 2 weeks since LeBron and the Lakers parted ways. So, all things considered, where is the best option for LeBron?
Back home, and I think he already knows that. I think he's embracing his moment to just feel love, right? Get all the calls, get all the text messages, so he can continue to feel love and appreciate it. But I'm pretty sure that LeBron James and Rich Paul both know where they're headed. And in my opinion, it's to this point, the best place is Cleveland. I mean, they have all their pieces still intact. When you think about this team, yes, they fell short. Yes, there was a disappointment in the conference finals the way that they went out. But you add LeBron to that roster, he's going to impact Donovan Mitchell. He can impact James Harden. He definitely could impact Kenny Atkinson. And by the way, if they do want to seal a deal and get LeBron to Cleveland, can we please pause with Kenny Atkinson doing any interviews? Don't want to scare him off. Don't want to scare him off by saying the wrong thing. So pause with Kenny Atkinson, and I'm pretty sure LeBron wants to head back to the crib.
Perk said, be cool. All right. Tim, what do you want the outcome to be for LeBron?
Listen, I want the storyline of him going home again. It started in Cleveland for him. It's only right that it ends in Cleveland. It would be weird to see him put on a uniform that he's never put on before to end his career. But this is the story we're getting. And I do think storyline matters. He's had a film crew following him around. That's going to continue this year. There will be a documentary. The storyline matters. Now, just like if I'm playing NBA 2K, what do I want to see? I'd like to see him in a Denver Nuggets uniform playing with Jokic. I think that would be fascinating to kind of turbo boost another contender in the Western Conference. But as much as it pains me to agree with Perk, coming home for the 3rd time, finishing it where it started, that's what makes the most sense if I had a vote, which clearly I do not.
Who does at this point? Wait, Perk, I heard you react there a little bit to the Denver possibility there.
Yeah, I'm not mad at. I wouldn't be mad at that. I mean, LeBron and Jokic, definitely puts them back in the thick of things. They could get him with OKC and the Spurs. But again, to me, it's just the writing's on the wall that he's probably going to be heading back to Cleveland. I don't see it working with Miami, but I would love to see or hear some more conversations from Philadelphia to see what type of pitch are they actually making to try to draw him to the 76ers.
I know you just breezed by it, but you know your audience because you said Miami, and we will leave it at that. But wait, Philly. Philly is intriguing.
How many basketballs are they going to play with?
Stop it.
I'm just asking. Embiid's got to touch it. He's got to get it down to the low post. Jaylen Brown clearly wants it. Tyrese Maxey's their best player. Like, how many basketballs are you going to have on the floor one time?
I mean, we saw him sort of sit back a little bit this year and dish it out a bit more, take a secondary role.
He's capable of playing any role if he's choosing. What's he choosing?
Yeah. We shall see. Maybe he'd love to keep us in anticipation. I get it. It gives us more stuff for the rundown. Okay, from the king to the alien, Spurs big man Victor Wembanyama has agreed to a 5-year, $252 million maximum rookie scale contract extension. So here's the math. Wemby decided on the 25% maximum instead of the 30% supermax escalators to $303 million. After he and the Spurs, of course, went through multiple frameworks. The deal could potentially save the Spurs roughly $50 million over the next 5 years. So NBA PA Executive Director David Kelly spoke on the NBA salary cap in relation to Wemby's deal, saying, "We think the players should make decisions for themselves and we should not be pocket watching. The system should not require a player to carry all of that burden. We should not put a player in the position to carry the burden of keeping a team together." So Wemby's new contract has the NBA buzzing, of course, and it could have huge ramifications around the league. Big perk. Do you love or hate Wemby giving the Spurs a hometown discount, if you will?
Well, Tim, MJ, the word of the day is J-O-B, job. Because although basketball is entertainment to us and we love to watch it, it is a job to the rest of the players. And in no other workspace are people asked to take a pay cut. Like Stephen A. signed his contract here at ESPN. They didn't go in and say, hey, you want to leave some room for Kendrick Perkins to make some money? Adam Schefter just signed his contract. I bet you they didn't bring up my name and say, hey, you want to leave a little wiggle room for Big Perk? We got to make sure. No, that's not how it works. And I have never gave advice to young players or players to say, hey, leave a dime on the table. No, absolutely. You need to max out, and especially a guy like Wemby, a guy that is selling jersey, a guy that is putting butts in seats, a guy that has brought San Antonio back to being relevant again. And so when you think about what he is doing and has done already for this franchise, I think it is a bad decision. I think because when you look forward, now all of a sudden you're setting an example in that locker room. And, you know, Tim, you may be able to harp on this a little bit more, but when Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle decide to come up, when it's time for them to come up for that contract, you know, are you saying you want them to take a pay cut as well?
Perk, I was just hanging out in your green room, and I was going through the couch cushions. I damn near found my whole salary in there, so I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, you clearly don't like it, but the word of the day, the word of the career for Wemby is W-I-N, win. And he's putting his money where his mouth is. I don't blame the Players Association for saying this is a bad spot for players to be in. I think the solution is Supermax should not count towards the salary cap, the aprons, the luxury tax. You can max them out, and the Supermax they're paid, but it doesn't count towards all that nerdy crap, okay? But it does. That's the system they're under. And Victor Wembanyama just saw Jalen Brunson, similar situation, is different circumstances, but just saw Jalen Brunson take less than he could have gotten on his contract and celebrate a championship on Wemby's home court in San Antonio. And this goes back way before the second apron era. Tim Duncan did a similar type of thing throughout his career. Dirk Nowitzki in Dallas. This isn't like it's setting a new precedent. Now, it does set an interesting precedent in that Spurs locker room. But this doesn't mean Stephon Castle has to agree to a similar deal. It doesn't mean Dylan Harper in a couple of years has to agree to a similar deal. It does provide some flexibility to make sure they can maintain a championship caliber supporting cast in San Antonio. And again, Wemby wants to be the best of all time. He wants to fulfill his immense potential. You got to have multiple championships to do that. And so he's doing his part on the floor and, you know, on the payroll to position the Spurs to do that.
I'm inclined with Perk's mind frame because one of my many daily affirmations is today's price is not yesterday's price. All right, we have a lot more to come here. The rookies have been putting on a show in Vegas, but King McClure says there's two particular players who stood out in a big way. And what happens in the end, and apparently does not stay there because Shams was the latest fallout from the Bam and Hero altercation. Plus, a franchise is giving Ja Morant a change of scenery. Is it the move that changes everything for him and the Blazers? More of that, more from Vegas, all coming up. Plus, Caleb Wilson had himself a hell of a debut. We'll be back with more right here.